So when is the best time to go birding? Well, there really isn't ever a bad time to go birding, but there are certain times of the day and year that are better than others. For example, during the summer, you're probably going to find less birds than during spring or fall migration just because there's less birds in your area as a general rule. Winter and summer are going to be the worst times for birding, but that does not mean that you should not go birding because there are still a lot of birds out during that time. But during those times, birds are active during different times of the day. So to start, the morning is typically considered the best time to go birding, and I think that's generally true throughout the entire year. In the summer, it's especially important to go in the morning because as it gets hotter outside, the birds are going to become less active. In the winter, I've found that birding in the morning isn't a have to do as much as it is in the summer, with birds being active usually throughout the entire day. Unless you live in the south where it's warm all year, then birding in the morning is probably still going to be your best bet, although the birds are probably going to stay out longer than they usually do in the summertime. Now, if you go birding during spring or fall migration, right after it rains, there's often going to be a lot of birds that had to stop migrating and take cover down in some bushes, trees, stuff like that. And so right after it rains, the storms usually push them out of the sky and then they are forced to take cover, which means it is a great time to go birding because there are birds everywhere and they're kind of tired, so they're going to be slower and not moving around as much. And especially if you're on the coast when there's high winds or storms, this can push a lot of birds to seek cover as soon as they see land. And so there's a lot of popular areas that have deciduous forests, and brushy areas are often called fallout hotspots, and that's because birds almost quite literally have to fall out of the sky to escape. Now during fall migration, there seems to be more rarities than usual, and I think that is because juvenile birds that hatched in the spring or summer are now migrating south, and then they can often get lost because they've never done that journey before. And so birding during fall or even after a little bit, fall migration is a great time to find some rarities. Now, if you want 7 tips on finding more rare birds, then go and click or tap on this video right up here. It's also linked in the video description below.